The Astra Militarum Codex is coming, and has a lot of rules errors and a very long list of elements that are getting a day one digital patch to the paper book you get. I do see a flaw in that. That flaw was doubly realized this morning when I received the White Dwarf magazine. White Dwarf 508 has a free mission, as it does every month. But this month the setup instructions for the unique scenario are digital, and the special rules are printed in the magazine. So you follow the QR code to get the instructions for setup, and sorry, that page does not exist. Thanks for the 0.5 of a scenario games workshop. Tempestus Scions are meant to have the deep strike ability. Apparently it was a mistake, and not an attempt to get people to buy the Tempestus Aquilons. The bridgehead strike doesn't work so well if the Scions can't deep strike. I do so love pointing at errors in books and going, look! And then people do. Las pistols do not have a 48-inch range. The Death Korps of Krieg engineers are not going to be 35 points on day one, but 70 points for 5 models, despite the hype article put out by Games Workshop emphasizing that they are 35 points. A lot of other unit points are known to be changing very quickly, and so we come to the regular Death Korps of Krieg. There is not a mistake on their datasheet, but absurdly bad wording to explain the number of special weapons they can take in a squad of 10. I'll take you through it. Because in the index, the Death Korps of Krieg could take 2 special weapons like flamers, grenade launchers, and melta and then another could have either a voxcaster and lasgun or a plasma gun. This could leave you with 3 special weapons like a flamer, grenade launcher, and a plasma gun. There was an asterisk on the flamer, grenade launcher, melta and sniper section that although 2 models can replace their lasguns for one of those special weapons, you cannot have more than 1 of each kind in the unit. If the unit had 20 models before you started the game, you could have 2 of the same weapon, but no more than that. So you can't have 2 flamers in a squad of 10, but you can have 2 flamers and 2 melta guns in a squad of 20. On top of that, you could have 2 models with plasma guns, because for every 10 models in the unit, you can have a plasma gun or a voxcaster. The voxcaster option is about to cause problems. So we come to the Codex version. It is again in 2 sections, and I will read it out so you don't strain your eyes like I did to understand this leaked version. For every 10 models in the unit, up to 2 Death Korps troopers can have their lasgun replaced with one of the following: flamer, grenade launcher, long las sniper. Part 2. For every 10 models in the unit, up to 2 Death Korps troopers can have their lasgun replaced with one of the following: lasgun and voxcaster, or melta gun, or plasma gun. So that sounds like in a unit of 10 you could have 2 flamers and 2 melta guns. 4 special weapons compared to the index's 3. But it isn't. It is 2. Because these words are covered in asterisks. The first asterisk is there to say, like the index, you cannot have more than 1 of each kind. You may think, okay, so 1 flamer, 1 grenade launcher, 1 plasma gun, 1 melta gun, sorted. The next set of asterisks cover both parts. Each of the special weapons has it. Quoting, you cannot have more than 2 of these options per unit, unless it is a unit of 20, in which case you cannot have more than 4 of these options. So a squad of 10 in the Codex lets you have 2 special weapons, not 4, and not 3 like the index. A lot of people are seeing as far as the first set of asterisks and looking at the options and wondering, well, why would you split the special weapons into 2 groupings and say, up to 2 models in a squad of 10 can have the following, and then do it again to say up to 2 models can take this weapon in a squad of 10 for a second set? I know, right? I swear there should be an easier way to explain this. So why is it like this? It's because of the voxcaster. My understanding is that on the sprue, some parts that make a plasma gunner can be instead used to make the voxcaster model. So there has to be, if you take this, you can't have that. So the unit you can physically build matches the unit that you can take on the table. Why not just have the voxcaster separate? I think we can manage to glue a backpack to somebody. And then you would have a list of 4 weapons, and you can take 2 of those weapons and cannot take 2 of the same weapon. That would be it. That would sort it. So here are some options for 10 troopers. 1 grenade launcher and 1 flamer. 1 long las sniper and 1 plasma gun. 1 grenade launcher and 1 voxcaster. That works and brings the Death Korps of Krieg in line with the 2 other represented regiments of Catachans and Cadians who have 2 special weapons per 10. Even though the Catachans can only have flamers. But there are more options for the Death Korps of Krieg, and more asterisks. You can also have a trooper with a medipack, but the asterisks don't let the same model have a voxcaster and a medipack. You either listen to the screaming of your officers, or you ignore the screaming of the wounded while you treat them. So a unit of 10 could have a flamer, a grenade launcher, and a medic. And a watchmaster has to be included. That is the sergeant. They have their own weapon options on the datasheet, unaffected by any of the word pasta. For a unit of 20, now you get 4 special weapons and can have 2 of each. It is basically a squad of 10 twice over. So you could have 2 melter guns, 2 plasma guns, 2 watchmasters, and 2 medics. If you have 2 medics, the unit returns D3 plus 1 destroyed models instead of D3 at the start of your command phase. Or the unit could have a plasma gun, a voxcaster, 2 medics, 2 watchmasters, and 2 flamers. Having the voxcaster lets you potentially recover command points spent on stratagems on the unit. And there are 4 more detachments in the Codex with new stratagems to use. But when the rules are updated on the Games Workshop 40k app, those of you who have paid for this Codex in its totally workable form will be able to see how Games Workshop expects the unit to be built. In rules terms. I firmly believe it is as I've explained. So my darlings and viewers, I hope that helps. Have a great day of 40k.